chat. As you see, things still look very hazy. This is Canadian wildfire. As you see, it's quite thick this morning. Visibility is down under a mile. So I'm going to buy a face mask. It's quite bad. This is a lot thicker than it was last year. Last year was bad. We went probably 8 weeks with Canadian wildfire smoke. This basically just started 2 days ago. Before it was just absolutely beautiful every morning, even on the 100-degree day. But Americans are in such drought that, you know, it doesn't take too much to start dry wood when it's 100 degrees. Or 45 Celsius for you in the other part of the world that don't use King Standard. This is an old Michigan dirt back road, country road. We'll be hitting blacktop in about a quarter mile. This is the only section of my travel today I'll be on a dirt road. And you see here we're gonna hit the cement. Oh, you're gonna see a Bambi. And you can smell the fire in the air, even though we're hundreds of miles from it. And I should also say, folks, it's just not Canadian wildfires. It's also wildfires in Minnesota. Not sure if Wisconsin has any, but yeah, that's where all the smoke is coming from. It is Minnesota and Canada, northern Ontario. When I say northern Ontario, I mean like above Wisconsin and Minnesota. Camera does the smoke justice or not, but it's bad. There's actually a health warning for the state of Michigan where they say if you have any pre-existing conditions, please limit your time outside. If you go outside, wear a face mask. I do have sugar diabetes, so that's why I'm going to the store, and then you can almost guess what I'm buying. I'm buying some face masks. It's not supposed to let up anytime soon, so for me to function my regular day, I'm going to need some face masks. That way, if I need to go to the store, so on and so forth, I can just slap one on and I'll be good. As you see, the haze up front, you can't see the stop sign, but I know where it's at. But we're not close enough to even make it out because of the haze, the smoke. If you see those cars going across the street in front of me, that's the stop sign. You can barely make out the cars along the stop sign. I can make out the sign that warns me about the stop sign, but not the stop sign quite yet. And this is a Michigan highway we're approaching. It will be a 4-lane highway with a so please hit that like button for me. Right now visibility is about a quarter mile or a half mile. Now I'm out on M20, I would say it's about a half mile. It's not very far. That is pure Michigan wildfire. Pure Canadian wildfire, so should I say. Good morning, chat. That haze in front is pure wildfire smoke. Canadian and Minnesota. Where I am at in central Michigan, I am hundreds of miles away from there. But the smoke is very thick. We're under a health warning. So I am going to buy some face masks. I thought I would take you guys into town with me. Someone got a turkey, meaning they hit the turkey. Up here, there are more deer, turkey accidents. Good morning, welcome to chat. If you notice that the roadway appears to be foggy or smog, it is actually Canadian wildfire smoke. And Minnesota wildfire smoke. Where I'm at in central Michigan, we're hundreds of miles away from the nearest wildfire. But that means nothing, as dry as it is and as warm as it is. So just be careful, folks. Be smart. And if you have a pre-existing condition, please get a face mask. I have diabetes, so I'm going to the store to buy me a face mask. said, the smog is, or the haze in the sky is Canadian and Minnesota wildfire smoke. We do have a health advisory in place to actually have two of them. One is for the smoke. We're saying if you have pre-existing, please buy a face mask and use them. The other is got into the produce that is sold retail and restaurants that causes severe diarrhea. But the only produce I'm eating currently is what comes out of my own garden. So I don't have to worry about that. Don't eat out, so that kind of wipes out the second part. And yes, even because of the wildfire smoke, the Mackinac Bridge, state police are talking about closing the bridge because you can't see. I mean, I am 2+ hours south of the bridge, and you can see about a mile. At the bridge, you might see 15 feet. But the bridge is north of me, which makes sense that the smoke would go across there. But yes, if you live anywhere that there's any kind of smoke anywhere on the East Coast, I guess it's getting smoke right now. So please wear a face mask, be smart, limit your time outside. It's just not getting any better. Matter of fact, it's about the same as it was last night. appears to be fog is actually Canadian wildfire smoke from the Canadian wildfires and Minnesota wildfires. We are in a health advisory. Anyone with pre-existing conditions, they're asking to please wear a face mask when you go outside and to limit your time outside. Also, Toronto, Canada, yesterday, because of the smoke, was the most unhealthy city in the world. Toronto, Canada was the most unhealthy air quality city in the world yesterday. They beat out Beijing, which Beijing is normally the most unhealthy city in the world. But yesterday it was Toronto, Canada. And if you're not affected by this Canadian wildfire smoke, maybe you live in the southwest part of the United States or Texas or somewhere that is not affected. If you have any loved ones that are in the zone that is getting the wild smoke, fire smoke, please pick up the phone, check on them. Maybe send a friend or relative by to check on them. Make sure they have face masks. That's one thing you can do if you have friends or relatives in the area where the wild smoke is. Hey, you can Walmart them some face masks. And if you have senior citizens in the area that is covered by the wildfire smoke, maybe even Walmart them or DoorDash them or one of those delivery services at your house. Let's not let the senior citizens go out in the smoke. And if you're not in the Midland Michigan area or the wildfire zone, smoke zone, one thing you can do, please, don't order produce currently. There's a bug in the produce somewhere in the system up here. It's affecting thousands of people. This bug gives you diarrhea, and the diarrhea can last anywhere from 2 weeks to a month or longer. So please, if you use the produce, make sure they wash it, and wash it. One report said you should wash your produce like you wash your body, but then let it dry, wash it again, let it dry, wash it again. I'm lucky I have a container garden that is producing, so I'm eating a lot of my tomatoes that I've grown myself and green beans. I like to eat my green beans freshly snapped, not cooked. It gives you more fiber and you get all the nutrients straight from the plant. You still can see the haze in the air, folks. We're under 2 health advisories, one for our produce and one for the smoke. See the haze if you look in my lane. You'll see a car about, I can't tell you what kind of car. I know it's a dark car, but that's all I'll tell you. the haze you see is the Canadian wildfire, Minnesota wildfire smoke. I'm located almost Midland. We're under a health advisory. We're told that if you have a pre-existing condition, please wear a face mask. Toronto, Canada, yesterday was the most unhealthy city in the world because of this wildfire smoke. And to give you a little back, 2 days ago, on Tuesday, absolutely beautiful day. You can see for miles and miles and miles. This blew in yesterday morning. So this is our second day of the wildfire smoke. And it's not supposed to rain here until tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Rain's supposed to start tomorrow night and go into Saturday, which we desperately need the rain because of the drought. My vegetable garden or container garden, I've been using artesian well to keep my plants watered. My plants are very, very healthy. I had a couple days that the plants were in distress because of the heat, but I got enough water on them where that's now not a problem. Yeah, the haze you see is the Canadian wildfire smoke and Minnesota wildfire. Mackinac Bridge, the Michigan State Police are talking about closing it because you can't see because the smoke is down less than a quarter mile. We're coming in Midland at this current time. This is Midland, Michigan. We're about 30 miles from the Saginaw Bay and Lake Huron. Oh, it's a big pickup. That's a nice pickup too. It's a farm vehicle. You can tell farm vehicles in the state of Michigan. If you look right above where it says Maverick, it does say farm. Gas price here is $4.25 a gallon at Speedway in Midland, Michigan. I don't buy my gas over here. I paid $3.67 last night in Mount Pleasant.